Every day in Nigeria, 35 Christians are killed. That's 7,000 this year. Over 52,000 in the last 25 years. The US Congress is debating it. And even late-night TV is talking about it.
Attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country, Nigeria.
So, is there an ongoing genocide of Christians in Nigeria? Or is something more complicated unfolding? At a 2025 congressional hearing, US Representative Chris Smith claimed that since 2009, 52,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria. He's calling for the country to be redesignated as a country of particular concern, CPC. Nigerian Catholic Bishop Wilfred Enagbe testified that militant Fulani herdsmen kill and boast about it.
One of the most dangerous and insecure places for Christians.
These are staggering claims, and they paint a picture of a targeted religious extermination. But to test that picture, we have to take a step back and look at the entire canvas of violence in Nigeria. But first, what is genocide? Under the United Nations Genocide Convention, genocide means acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group, killing members, preventing births, creating conditions to bring about destruction. The key word is intent. Without clear proof of a plan to erase a people for who they are, even horrific atrocities may fall short of the legal bar. In Nigeria's predominantly Muslim northeast region, Boko Haram and its offshoot, Islamic State West Africa province, have waged a prolonged insurgency. They've bombed markets, mosques, churches, and schools, Muslim and Christian alike, resulting in hundreds of thousands of deaths and displacing over 3 million. In fact, Boko Haram's violence is primarily geopolitically motivated, targeting the Nigerian state. Meanwhile, in the Middle Belt, farmer-herder violence adds another layer of complexity. Cattle destroy crops, farmers retaliate, violence erupts. In June 2025, attacks in Benue killed more than 100 and displaced thousands. These are majority Christian communities, but the pattern is multi-causal and fragmented, not a unified campaign of extermination. This is mass violence, but calling it genocide overreaches the evidence. Nigeria is roughly half Christian and half Muslim. In the vast majority of the country, Muslims and Christians live together peacefully. Politically, power is shared. Since independence, about half of Nigeria's 16 presidents have been Christian, a pattern of alternating power, not one of religious exclusion. Nigerian critics like Reno Omokri
the Nigerian state. They don't care if you're Muslim or if you're Christian.
And Gimba Kakanda say the genocide narrative distorts the real picture and undermines national unity. The Nigerian government calls the allegations unfounded and misleading, insisting the crisis is terrorism and banditry, not religious war. Nigeria fights Boko Haram through a regional coalition, the Multinational Joint Task Force. The National Livestock Transformation Plan promotes ranching to reduce herder-farmer clashes. De-radicalization programs try to rehabilitate former fighters, while aid agencies help to rebuild displaced communities. Progress is slow, but underway. A mix of political opportunism and ideological weaponization explains the surge in genocide claims. In 2020, the Trump administration placed Nigeria on the CPC list, a label that was revoked in 2021 under President Biden. Advocacy networks are now lobbying to bring it back. Right-wing media echo these claims, often downplaying Muslim casualties or local dynamics of the conflict.
Christians are the most persecuted religion on the face of the earth.
The narrative of a Christian genocide in Nigeria fits a pre-existing schematic in Western politics, one that ties into fears of demographic replacement, immigration, and a global war on Christianity, the culture war. None of this diminishes the suffering on the ground, but it explains why this specific crisis, among many, gets amplified in certain media ecosystems. Nigeria faces severe, sustained mass violence. Thousands of Christians have been killed, and thousands of Muslims too, often for defying the same extremists. Religion matters, but so do economic stress, climate change, and cycles of revenge. advocacy numbers highlight a real humanitarian disaster, but the legal benchmark for genocide, a coordinated plan to eliminate Christians as a group in Nigeria, is still some way off. This tragedy demands justice, not simplistic labels. And that's the real politic of Nigeria's crisis, a tragedy of complexity, too often reduced to a single story.
There is never a single story about any place.
But what do you think? Are we witnessing a genocide in Nigeria? Or widespread, multi-dimensional security challenges? If you enjoyed this video, leave a like or comment, and subscribe for more videos on power, collapse, war, and the systems behind them.